Welcome to this edition of The Bigger Game, From Surviving to Thriving. Today we have John JT Taylor from JT Diversity Solutions. How are you, John?
I am outstandingly wonderful, Abizer.
Excellent. And I can always count on you for that. JT, tell us, thanks for giving us some time today. And you're a busy guy and run around taking care of, all kinds of things. So I appreciate giving us a few minutes of your time. Tell us, what is the bigger game to you?
All right. You're already off script, but that's good.
There is the point that there is no script. So
well, hey, that's true. Yeah, because
since when does JT? Since when does life have a script?
well, you know what? That is true. You really have to be prepared for anything. And wow, it makes me think about for the last 25 years, and I get back to the question of what does the bigger game mean to me, but talking about being prepared for literally anything. The last 25 years, I've been engaged in the profession of being a supplier diversity professional, although diversity may be a little bit hush hush these days, but diversity is still there and it's still relevant. And the aspect of diversity, uh, is that I could find myself for 10 years in a row being in Midtown Manhattan at the Hilton at a black tie hobnobbing with the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, but also in this world of diversity, working with small startup companies, some mid-sized, some big companies, but also still find myself in a small company on the dirt road, rolling up my sleeves to help somebody figure out, why this machine is not working. Um, and so, and really, the bigger thing in life is that uh, I felt good uh, sipping on champagne in downtown Manhattan, and I felt good sipping on, some plain hot coffee as I work with a supplier down the small dirt road in a small town in Indiana. But the bigger game to me, and and it does take some experience to get to the bigger game. But to me, the bigger game to me is that life and the true value and essence in life, as well as joy, does not come from things. The bigger game is that once you get past the things, get past the outside and see the inner beauty, then you can really start to enjoy life. When they talk about health, family, faith, and friends, that right there is truly the bigger game. I'm always um, um, I'm always think about we were caregivers uh, over the last 5 or 6 years have been caregivers for both my mom and my dad and my mother-in-law, and as and they live long, you know event filled life. um, but when you're laying on a hospital bed incapacitated, and you can't and you're totally dependent on others, um, you're not worried about uh, meeting some deadline, or you're not worried about some launch program. um, it's that's where as they said, that's where the rubber meets the road, is people to people, is person to person. And you know being in that place, uh, caring for those that, is full circle, that they had really cared for us, that's, that takes maturity, that takes experience, and that right there is part of the bigger game.
So it's all about the joy of the intangibles, right? You said faith, family,
Yeah.
friends,
Yes.
right? It's coming to that realization now rather than later in life, right? The sooner I can actually step into that,
Yes. Yes.
the sooner I'm playing the bigger game, and sooner it's a joyful experience. Like you
Yes.
said, on my deathbed, I'm not going to remember the deadline or the program, right? I want to just be in awe of the people taking care of me and everyone's who was hopefully surrounding me at that time.
Yeah, for
as
sure.
I lay there unable to take care of myself.
Yeah. I used to tell my daughter, as she was coming up, and I guess I used to tell my son too, but primarily seemed like it was my daughter. I used to say, daughter, there's a easy way or a hard way to go through life. The easy way is to pay attention to those loved ones that surround you and the lessons that they're trying to impart to you. They're not trying to, prohibit you from having fun or whatever. They are giving you wisdoms and nuggets in life to help you avoid some of the pitfalls. Now, the hard way to go through life is to ignore that counsel and just march straight ahead and knock your head against the wall or experience that. And truly, sometimes in life, you do have to have some hiccups or some mishaps to truly appreciate the value that the lessons that you should have learned. I read this cartoon. When all else fails, do it like your mother told you to do it in the first place.
that summarizes it right there, right? That's a beautiful thing, right? So it's fascinating because you point to this this thing, right? Like I can either learn from other people's experiences, right?
Right.
And then leapfrog ahead of my own experiences, or then not. And then there are those times that I hear it, but I actually need to experience it myself before I'm willing to go back the way my mother taught me.
Right.
Right.
Right. Life is amazing like that. And the thing is, in cases like that, you have to get over that sense of pride and whatever. And really, if things are not working out, hey, you got to be the bigger self and go back and say, what was that you told me to do? Because otherwise, you could pride or whatever can just say, well, hey, this is not work. I'm going to make it work anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pounding a screw with a hammer, right? You got to use the right tool, and sometimes pick up the wrong tool.
Right.
And that conversation about what you're just talking about, running from something or trying to force an issue. It's there's this thing about we both everyone's got some higher. Most people have a higher source or God or faith of some sort, right?
Yes.
Whatever one espouses to, or nothing even, right? But at the end of the day, it's being done for me, not to me.
Right.
Like the lesson that whatever quote unquote pain that I'm experiencing or suffering that I choose as suffering, actually, I can choose something else if I look at it from the perspective of, it's being done for me.
Right.
Out of for my benefit versus to me as some kind of punishment. Right. So I can take that approach. It's much easier to go back and ask that question. What did you say again? How was it? What was your right? Because then it's being done for me. There's nothing that I got nothing to prove.
right. When you look back over experiences, or look back over your life, I'm a firm believer that I am not here by happenstance. I'm purpose driven. I'm here for a purpose. Um, and I reflect back on my career, and I really think like the bigger game is that um, you know I'm not everything that I have done or accomplished or experienced. I didn't just do it on my own genius or brilliance. I believe in the higher power. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and and when I think back and look back on all the experiences throughout my life, I said when I was 2 years old, I was in the car, and the car was running, and and my mother had gone in the house to get something, and so I'm there, and I'm stretching, I'm trying to reach the gas pedal because I want to drive. 2 years old, I'm trying to drive a car. I can't I can't see over the steering wheel, but I'm trying to to hit the gas pedal. Don't you know? I I could have died if I had to really hit the gas pedal and somehow managed to pull the lever down. I, I, there is the Star Wars movie, and I'm a big Star Trek fan. It had the kid driving, it looks like a Corvette or something. He was speeding along. He could just barely see along yeah, yeah. I would have been the same way. Um, and I had an experience where two experiences, and I go back to something else. I was, I worked 38 years in automotive between GM and Delphi. And I was in a group of people that we were shutting down one operation to start up Buick City. So rumor had it that there was 12 of us all in the room, and then our superintendent came over and says, "Hey, Josh, you're going to plant 18. Jimmy, you're going to plant 15. Smitty, you're going to plant 36. Taylor," and I thought for sure he was going to say plant 36, second shift on the dot, because I was good at that stuff. He said, "Taylor, you're going to the administration building." I said, before I could get what out of my mouth, I covered it up and said, "Okay." So I was coming out of working in the plants that I had worked for 3 or 4 years and being moved to the administration building. And there was 12 of us. And I don't know if I was the only one with the college degree. I don't think so. But I was the only one that they singled out to go over out of the plant and work in the administration building, which I was thankful. I said, "All right, well, hey, I appreciate the plant work, but hey, thank you. Let me go to the office." And then one other quick story. I was taking a class on presentations. A nice foreign lady, she was from the Philippines. And at the end of the class on presentation, she said, "You guys want to know the secret to the success?" I said, "Oh, yes, heck yeah. Tell me the secret to success." She says, "Well, hey, you got to understand your boss. You got to understand what's important to him, and, what he's getting evaluated on, and, what's critical for him. And you got to help him achieve those goals. Even if you really don't want to do it, sometimes just volunteer and support them anyway." I said, that doesn't sound like a secret to me, but okay. So a month later, we're in a group, and the leader is up there saying, hey, I want to start a new project. We want to have a communication, set up a communication process where we're in purchasing, where we're going to go out to our suppliers and see their operations, and we want to tell them the direction that we're going to be going into in the next 3 to 5 years. Listen to what they say, listen to the problems that they're experiencing with us, and see if we can work things out so that we can have better relationship and communication. And again, there was about 7 or 8 of us that reported to our leader, and he says, I need somebody to work on that project. And who wants to take on something new? We already got a full load, and everyone is busy. There was no more money mentioned. And so everyone just kind of, looked away. And I just heard that little lady voice in my ear saying, volunteer. This is important to him, volunteer. So I raised my hand and volunteered, not knowing what I was really committing myself to, but I said, well, hey, let's give it a go. The project, I ended up working with 2 other people on the project. I did my fair share, but we all worked on it. But I was the only one that was working on it that reported to in this case, this guy's name was Mike. It was a great success. It was a great success. All of a sudden, my raises started doubling. I said, wow, this works. This works. So I endeared myself to this guy. And that was the beginning of a 25-year history with this guy that included being offered a job to work overseas for 4 years. All because I listened and I volunteered.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, you never know. And
yeah.
And you never, how often do we hear it and we don't listen? We just started the call at that, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
You're blessed to listen, and you're blessed to actually take it on and take those steps, and you're a living testament to what the results are.
Yes, and really, you talk about a testament. I said that lasted for 25 years, so we were basically working together, different regions, for 25 years, and then finally, I got a call that said that my benefactor for 25 years, he was leaving the company. And, I'm driving home and I get this phone call. And I said, what? Mike is leaving the company? I said, oh, no. And I'm saying to myself, I said, Lord, who's going to take care of me now that Mike's leaving? It's been 25 years. And I tell you, I had this impression come upon me, the same person that's been taking care of you all along.
Yeah, imagine that.
The bigger game. It was actually bigger than Mike, the bigger game.
Right. The ultimate game. Right. Excellent. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Right. And so stepping into your faith of it, you said faith, family, friends, right?
Yes.
Stepping into your faith a bit and and expanding your life as you go. It's a huge lesson right there, right? Whatever you espouse to.
Yeah.
A chance to step into it and really take on the bigger game and move forward, right?
Yes. And in that bigger game, it is true. What goes around kind of comes around, and what you sow, you will reap. I am experiencing that reaping now. Like I said, the last 25 years have been in working with small suppliers and been in diversity. And I retired in 2016. But still today, my phone still rings from people that I have worked with or assisted over the years. And the streams of work that I currently have, it's out of long-term relationships that if I had have not been supportive or not been helpful or appreciative or responsive, I would not have had the majority of the engagements that I've had over the last 9 years. When I say the majority, 96% of them.
Yeah, like a super majority.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, we do all these many times small deeds, and we, over time it just becomes habitual, and it becomes part of who we are, and we continue to make those changes, offer those differences to people and make the difference wherever we can, right? The impact.
Yes.
And not only do we make the impact in the moment for that person, and then whatever impact that person makes going forward and how that ripple goes out, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Also, long term, it comes back to us as well.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. I had the experience. Going to the MMPC, which in my minority procurement conference, which you're familiar with. And there was a guy there that was from a company, Detroit Manufacturing System, this assembly plant in Detroit. And I said, boy, I need to meet that guy. He worked for this large manufacturing plant. So he was talking to someone, so I waited patiently. And then I said, Mr. Smith, I need to meet you. My name is John Taylor, JT. He looked at me. He said, I know who you are. I said, okay. Normally, I might forget your name, but I remember your face. I couldn't remember him from Adam. He said, surely you can meet me. You helped me out way back when. You helped me I was with Vinnie Johnson, and we had a meeting with your CEO that you put together, and you was part. Of course, I'm gonna help you. I vaguely remember that meeting, and it had to be in 2000. This had to be 2018, 2019, and that meeting had to take place in 2006 or 7. So 12 years ago.
You don't know what impact you're making when you make it, right? You have no idea how deep that runs, or how much meaning and value that person actually. For us, many times it seems like it's just a small thing, and we have no idea how deeply meaningful it is to so many people.
Yes.
You don't even remember the meeting. I mean, vaguely remember it, right? It's like that. But for this person, it's like it's like a life-changing event.
It's amazing. I went to a college reunion. This is several years ago, and a young man came up to me. It was, and he was a school teacher, and he said, JT. Well, actually, he used my college nickname that I'm not going to talk about on live podcast. But he said, I'm a teacher, and I'm a teacher because I was inspired by what you and the other guys did. You guys were our role models to take care of business, have some fun, but take care of business. And I'm a school teacher today as a result of that. I said, wow, that right there, that made me feel good. That's, and it's true. There's this emoji of this proud, this lion. And he says, well, hey, I always have to maintain my composure because you never know who's watching. And there was this little cub, looking from behind the scenes at the lion. You never know who's watching. So
yeah, and like you said, the ultimate person's always watching. Ultimate entity's always watching. So
it was funny. I always say if you were going to do anything mischievous, you're at least 25 years too late now, because there's cameras everywhere. So whatever you do, it's going to come to light. Somebody's going to catch you on the ring, or there's whatever, cameras everywhere. But truly, there is the bigger game that, hey, really, you have no secrets.
yeah, at the
there
end
will be a judgment day. Yeah.
Yeah, we live like, and the funny thing is, many times we live like it's whatever it is, it's a secret, right? And everybody can see it,
right?
Everybody experiences it, including me, and I'm acting like it doesn't exist, and everybody around me is giving me the benefit of the doubt or not really mentioning it out of generosity or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's the elephant in the room, and it's right there, and no one, it's not hiding from anyone, right? And yet we act like it's not there.
Right.
So
right.
I think the bigger game for me many times is taking care of the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
I step on you in some fashion or another, and you're generous enough to let it go and not even mention it. And then you don't mention it, so I don't mention it. And I brush it underneath the rug, and I do it again over and over and over again. That's like death by 1,000 cuts for me, right? Not only does it leave an impact with you,
right?
If it's just about me in that moment, it's death by 1,000 cuts. I keep doing it over and over again in different ways, and that's a really small game, because I know I can do better. I know it translates to potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know I have all this potential, and I don't swing for the home run, right? And it is whatever it is. I get to first base, but I knew I could have taken the home run, or at least tried for it. Now I wonder whether I would have made the home run or not, right?
Yeah,
that bigger game sometimes, right? It's I think choice is like the curse and the blessing of being human, I think.
Right. Well,
what choice do I make in the moment?
Right. And life is full of choices, and you should choose life. One of the things when I started my business, JT Diversity Solutions, and as it turns out, is JT Diversity Solutions is just a continuation of what I have been doing in my corporate career. So instead of doing it on behalf of my corporation, I'm doing it on behalf of JT Diversity Solutions. And what my creed, the thing that I always say, Lord, let me do my work in a way that honors you, and let me do it for the essence and the value of the work. Don't let me do it out of greed or pride. I don't want to fall victim to greed and pride. I want to be honorable in what I do and feel comfortable, because I like sleeping at night. And I like trying to be a role model.
Yeah, I think you talk about purity of intention, right?
Yes.
The idea that, am I 95% doing it for somebody else or whatever, and 5% I got something in it for me?
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Even 99% and 1%, or is it purely just for the sake of doing that? Whether it's a business transaction or a volunteer activity, whatever it might be, right? No matter what it is,
right?
Is it how pure is my intention? I think that drives my results.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I tell you, I really want those pure intentions. Another thing, and speaking of talking about bigger picture, uh, in this role now after corporate America, I always say, well, hey, now I have the expanded luxury of doing business with people I think that I like, that I think have integrity, and that I think offer a skill or an ability that that has value. And
Yeah, so now you get to be picking. You always have, because
right,
the only way you're successful this way is living a life of integrity.
right.
I mean, even helping suppliers sometimes is not a matter of getting them a purchase order. It's a matter of getting them ready to
Exactly.
be able to work on working to win a purchase order.
Yes.
So
yes.
they got to be ready for it. So I think
Right.
I think that speaks wonders to what you're talking about.
Exactly. It is true that everyone that I meet or work with, I can't offer business to them, but my goal always has been everyone that I interact with at these different trade fairs, I want them to go away with something. That something could be a referral to someone else. Something could be a tip on how they may approach somebody in the future with their capability statements. That something could be a number of things. It's not always a contract, but I want them to feel that they receive some word, some positive word, or something that they can either think about or act on.
Making that difference, like you were talking about.
Hey.
Moment to moment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we talk about a lot of things.
Yes.
Bring us home. Bring it all together for us and leave us with whatever your final thoughts are about all of this.
Wonderful. The bigger game. Again, the bigger game. I really take that thought personally, and I commend you for having this outlet and opening up this discussion about a bigger game. As I mature in life and in age, I think about the bigger game. I think about legacy, and I think about responsibility. I think that as we go through life, we need to learn. And again, it's not always the shiny object that has the true value. That shine can dull or go away or decay. Is the essence, that is the stuff that you can really internalize, that's going to last. So hey, don't you shouldn't always be chasing beauty, money, material things. Let's think about what lasting value. What can I do for somebody else? And how can I live that it will make a difference. So for me, a bigger game is really trying to live with integrity, live respectfully, and loving yourself as well as loving others, and demonstrating that on a daily basis.
Integrity, respect, and love. Yeah, fantastic. I think that and using that as a sieve to determine what action I'm going to take in this moment and the moment after that and the moment after that. I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
What a great way to leave us, to wrap it all up and leave us something to think about. JT, I'm sure people are intrigued and want to learn more at some point about, as they watch this podcast, want to connect with you. How do they do that?
Well, real easy. JT, again, my whole purpose, JT Diversity Solutions. I listen and I help support companies trying to fulfill their dreams in meeting companies. And I can be reached at JT Diversity Solutions, JT Diversity Solutions, all one word.com. Or or you can reach me through a Beezer, and I'd be happy to respond to any outreach.
That's very kind. Thanks for your time today, JT. I know you're a busy guy, and you've left us with quite a bit to think about as we traverse our lives and think about what we want to do next. So thanks for sharing your life with us and making us and allowing us to be richer for it. So thanks for that.
Oh, those are kind words. Thank you for the opportunity. I always say